One of the ways to improve the profitability of your business is to cut out the expenses that no longer are productive. That's what Alice and I are talking about today on Wealth Building Made Simple. Let's get to it. We're back with another episode of Wealth Building Made Simple with Allison Rife Martin, CPA. What's going on, Allison?
It's the first week of December. I'd love to say that there's snow falling and getting us in the holiday mood, but we're in Texas, so no, there is nothing.
No
Which makes
snow.
me think, if we're cutting out the snow, how can we cut out the fat of our business in terms of expense optimization?
Let's let's definitely talk about it 'cause I think this is a good time. We're end of year. We should all be doing what you always say, looking at our P&L, looking at the math, thinking about next year's plan, and it's a good time to look at our expenses and say, hey, what's no longer serving us and what is. So what are I guess we can sort of go back and forth, but what do you think are some good actionable ways to cut costs in your business?
Well, by now, what you should have as a business owner have already done was created your budget for 2025. So if we start with the top-down approach, it's what kind of revenue do you want to bring in? So if you want to see a, 10% increase over revenue, do you really want an equal 10% increase in costs? Probably not. So you should hopefully have like built your budget based around that. So what you should be doing when you're building your budget, looking back at last year to see, what kind of expenses did you incur? A, did it really generate the return that you hoped it would? So, for example, if you are investing in advertising, did you really get the amount of customers out of it that you wanted, or the types of customers that you wanted? Was it really a good use of your money? Obviously, you should always be advertising and marketing and getting your brand out there so that people are aware of what you provide. But was it the right kind of advertising? If not, like I think we were talking earlier about, traditional marketing in the ways of television, print. Um, those are great and all because, people still read the newspaper and still people still watch TV, but would you have a better track record if you switched over to like social media marketing or maybe just attending networking events? That's so this is a great way to figure out where can you better use your money in that area. Um, I mean, that's just one thing
Hmm.
I think I was thinking about, but what else do you think might be a good one?
Yeah, I've found there's all these new AI tools that can be a bit overwhelming. So, and I'm giving that heads up because as I go there, people are going, there's so many. I would probably just pick maybe this year, pick one area of your business where you think that AI can help reduce costs and just take this month to study it because there's lots of cool tools that maybe can help you save money in something like maybe IT support or payroll or can help reduce your labor costs. And labor costs meaning it doesn't mean you have to fire somebody. It may just mean that over the next 2 years you may plan to hire 30 people. But if you were to take your existing people and train them on AI, then you only need to hire 10 people instead of 30, right? And that the other 20 go straight to the bottom line.
Right. Or you could take your existing staff and, use the AI tools to allow them to be more, have a better use of their time and talent. So if you've hired somebody has to end up helping you stuff envelopes, can computer or AI tools or software help you do that and give them time to focus on something fun as well too. There's lots of side benefits to moving to AI, yeah, besides just the cost savings. It's giving your team more things to do, more and more interesting things to do to help you grow the business.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I've seen other things. What about you? I've seen something like um, uh, businesses that they still do the virtual and in-person meetings, but they use more virtual for the lower profitable activities, and
Yeah,
then yeah,
I was going to say, obviously, I think you're seeing like in a lot of service-based firms, we're all moving towards virtual services. And again, that's a great way to cut down on travel costs. That's a great way to cut down on, meeting costs and all that. However, sometimes it's worth it to get on the plane.
Mm-hmm.
And like you say, it really kind of depends upon the customers that you're serving. So if you're going for the kabillion dollar clients, you bet I'm going to get on the plane every single time my kabillion dollar client asks me to get come meet with them,
Mm-hmm.
kind of a thing. Or if your focus is on products and it's about the volume products, well, then maybe it's not worth it to travel as much. Or again, it might be if you're going to say you want to get your product or service out there, cast a wider net. Maybe you go to conferences, but you want to be selective about the ones. Again, that kind of ties back into the marketing. What's the best use of your money to get your brand out there and to serve the customers that you want to serve?
Absolutely. Being strategic.
Right. So sometimes it's worth it to spend the money, but be thoughtful about it before you actually spend it because, like the AI tools, everybody thinks it's wonderful and it's shiny and neat and cool, but is it really? Is it really going to serve? Is it, if you spend this $100, is it really going to save you what you think you're going to be saving? Maybe it will ruin the customer experience if you switch to all AI kind of a thing.
Uh, yep. No, I get it. Trying to think, and those are some good like actionable steps that I think. Any other ones? I have one more, but you got any other ones that you can think of?
Well, I was kind of thinking, and this is also to a good tax saving tip. If there is something that you need, uh, and it can help reduce your tax bill by the end of the year, buy it now, and then know that that's already covered. Buy it in sufficient enough quantity so that you have it for next year, so that you don't have to make that investment again, kind of a thing. So, bulk purchasing. Again, obviously, don't buy just to buy, but if you really need it and it can save you some tax money and you have the cash flow now with the expectation that you don't have to invest in it later. That's another great use of your money too.
Yep, yep, yep. Mine. That's actually a really good one from a financial standpoint. Mine was gonna be, and this is the foo woo woo, but I think it's super helpful because I feel like this is what I really feel like. I feel like we had a very traumatic last 5 years when you got COVID and everything that happened around the world.
Mhm.
And what mind science knows is as stress levels increase, productivity decreases. And
Mhm.
so I feel like one of the things that can help reduce cost, which is like time savings or unproductive times, is to incorporate in the workplace like these mental health practices, right? Things that I feel like tend to make hard charge people think it makes you move slower, but it actually makes you move faster, right?
Mhm.
If you incorporate one small thing that I think is useful is like life coaches, right? I think about my early development in sales, and you know, we had life coaches that we could hire at a discount, uh, and having them help me work through the stress of sales, right? Help me become a better salesperson, father, husband, just person in general, and maybe more productive. And so initially you might think, oh, this is an added cost, but it really, the organizations that did it, they were the best sales organizations, right, in the system. And so it actually was a great investment.
I, I was going to say, so theirs goes back to your idea of being strategic about your investments. And it doesn't just help your employees be better, it helps them be more committed to your mission, because they know that you care enough about them for them to be the best so that they can help you best serve your customers. So that's a completely worthwhile deal, and it pays off in spade in terms of helping the employee learn how to be more productive. Again, how to serve the customer better. It's a wonderful thing to do, and I've had coaches too, and it's really paid off quite significantly.
Absolutely. Well, let everybody know how they can reach you if they want a money coach for their business.
Well, you can reach me at my website, rifemartincpa.com, or you can reach me at info@rifemartinaccounting.com. And I would love to talk about this and any other kind of like tax tips, strategies, ideas, just overall business, healthier business. I would love to talk about it.
Thanks, Alice.
Thanks for a great episode.
Philip Washington Jr. is a registered investment advisor. Information presented is for educational purposes only and does not intend to make an offer or solicitation for the sale or purchase of any specific securities, investments, or investment strategies. Investments involve risk and, unless otherwise stated, are not guaranteed. Be sure to first consult with a qualified financial advisor and/or tax professional before implementing any strategy discussed herein. Past performance is not indicative of future performance.